everybody. Welcome to your Wedding MBA Recap. Like she said, my name is Stacy Shiring, and I'll be taking you through this journey of business solutions for wedding professionals. First of all, I would like to thank the Perfect Wedding Guide, the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens, also Patti from Take One Video, who's actually doing a video of this, and you might say, why is she taking a video? But it's because we're going to turn it into a podcast and put it online for you later so that you're able to review it. And then best for last, the Wendy's Bridal Show producers and staff who sent me to Vegas for the one reason, to bring back this information from the Wedding MBA so that I can bring it and present it to you today to Tri-State Wedding Professionals. So give them a big round of applause. Thank you guys for putting this on today. Now, how many people here with a show of hands have been to Vegas before? A couple people, I hear growth. So you guys know that there's one rule in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, the thing is, I went out there with the one idea of bringing back information. So really, I broke the only rule of Vegas. So please don't tell them I like the place, I'd like to go back. Now, first of all, you guys might know about the Wedding MBA, but you might not. So let me tell you a little bit about it. It's a 3-day conference that covers 28 hours of presentations. Now, they have people from the Knot Marketing, Martha Stewart Weddings, WeddingWire.com, and even Tammy Elliott from the Perfect Wedding Guide presented. Now, these people are discussing marketing, they're talking about advertising, how to work better with your brides, websites, and even social networking over the event. Now, this isn't like any other convention that you've been to. You may have gone to videographers to become a bit of, to hone your skills, but instead what they're doing is they're actually teaching you how to grow your business. So no matter what part of the wedding field you are in, it pertains to you. So now that you know why it's important that you go to the Wedding MBA and that we've brought back this information to you, let's dive into a little bit of what they shared. Now, the first part is going to be bringing in the brides, but before I start that, I just want you guys to know, if anybody's taking notes, you don't need to, because I've actually turned this into a PDF presentation that you're going to be able to download online. So that way you guys can relax, enjoy yourself, get some dessert, and if you need to take notes about something that you want to implement into your business right away, that's fine, but just enjoy yourself. And you're probably thinking, why didn't she print this off and give it to me? Well, because I want you guys to listen. I don't want you guys to be flipping to the end of the presentation and getting there before I do. So that way, I know, I'm sorry, Joe, but that way you can actually relax, enjoy yourself, and take a moment to let this stuff sink in for you. So just so you know what we're going to cover today, and some of it we might not get to, but like I said, the presentation will be online, so you can wind up pulling this up. The first one's going to be bringing in the brides, and once I've showed you how to bring them in, well then I'm going to tell you where they are so you can go find them. The next part we're going to do is your bridal appointment makeover, and then lastly we're going to do your business makeover. And at the end of this, I'm going to tell you guys how you can get your Martha Stewart 2010 tips and trends. Now, to start off with, I don't need to tell you guys that times are tough right now. You know, people have their businesses that might be slowing down, but it's personally that I believe at this time that you can really make your business shine. Now, you have a choice. You can sit there and point fingers at who's to blame for what's happening, or you can take this time when things are slow to really analyze your business, reflect on what's going on, and see how you can make a change for the positive. So what I want you to do is take time, first of all, to look at what's going good in your business. So this should change your mood automatically. If you were upset before, now you're excited. You're looking at the things that are going good in your business. Now take that time to see what's going well, what you can change to make unique, and grow that part of your business. Next, now that you're happy, you can take and look an optimistic view at the things that maybe aren't going so well. And maybe you have 5 different things that you do, and 3 of them you do really well, and 2 of them are so-so. Well, maybe it's time to cut those out and focus on the 3. Or take the time when it's slow to get to the knowledge that you need to bring those skills up to the other levels, to make it a revenue stream that can help your business. Now, how many people in here, by a raise of hand, how many people sell a product? Okay, and how many people sell a service? Great. Now, everybody should be raising their hand on that second part. This is something that they ingrained into our brains at the Wedding MBA. And the reason why is because a product can be reproduced. Anytime that you come up with a product, a new one, it can be duplicated by anybody. But a service is unique to the individual. That means that the personal attention that you give to that bride, the service that you provide to them, can never be duplicated. So when you're looking at new ideas, when you're thinking about new things to do for your brides, those unique opportunities to expand on, think about them as a service. Now let's look at ways that you can set your business apart. Now you might see up on the screen that you see lollipops, and you're like, okay, crazy lady, what you doing with lollipops on your screen? But those actually are not lollipops. They're called lolly cakes. And these are Courtney and her sister, and they had a booth at the Wedding MBA. There's a convention hall where all the speakers have booths. So that means you could be watching Alan Berg, the Vice President of the Not Marketing Intelligence, in the morning, and you can be standing in his booth by that afternoon, talking to him about your business with him, which is a great opportunity. But Courtney and her sister also brought their unique idea and their unique service to the Wedding MBA to present to the people. Now, 3 years ago, Courtney and her sister started wedding cakes. So they were doing great, everything was fine, but then they started to have their business slow down. So they had to look for another revenue stream, and that's when they came up with lolly cakes. Now, lolly cakes is great because it also is a business that they run across the internet. So that means that they can focus their day-to-day activities locally in their market with their wedding business and their wedding cakes, and then online have another revenue stream that actually goes across occasion. These are not just for brides. These can be thank you gifts, they can be something for Boss's Day, whatever the need might be. So that way they've been able to tap into an area, so when business is slow for their weddings, that now they have a revenue from it. So it's across occasion, and it also goes across the entire year. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go home and start lolly cakes, okay? It's already been done, but what I want you to do, on your drive home today, even when you leave here, I know the first thing you do is you take out your cell phone, you take it off mute, and you look at how many voicemails you have. And you probably have like 10, 20, because you've been sitting here for the last 2 hours with us. I don't want you to get in your car and call those people back right away. What I want you to do is I want you to turn off the music, sit the phone down, and I want you to look at yourself and say, what is it that I can provide as a wedding professional that nobody else can? Okay, I want you to have your lolly cakes moment. And then what I want you to do is I want you to tell everybody about it. I want you to go post it on your blog. I want you to send it into publications hoping to get free advertising from them. I want you to tell your neighbor, and most importantly, I want you to tell me. And you're probably thinking, why in the world am I going to tell Stacy Shiring about my lolly cakes idea? Well, the reason is because at Wendy's Bridal Show, one of the things that we do is we send out a newsletter to wedding professionals. And one of the things that we love to do is to spotlight new and exciting ideas, unique things that are happening in the area. So what we can do is put you in our vendor spotlight, send you out to 500 other wedding professionals in the area so that they can see this unique service that you've come up with. And the great thing is, you know what happens? Michelle opens it up here. And Michelle has a bride that she's working with, and she says, oh my gosh, this is a great service, just what she was looking for, so glad I found out about it. And now you've made that connection. Now, you might be thinking, well, but if I tell you and you tell everybody else, then they're just gonna do the same thing. But you remember from before that a product can be duplicated, but your services that you provide, that is how you set yourself apart from your competition. Now, since I said the word competition, let's talk about your competition a little bit. One of the things that I want you to do when you go home, before you post this up on your website, I want you to take a look, site's competition, and then I want you to pull up your website. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your mental eraser out, and you're gonna erase their logo and their contact information, and you're gonna look at your website, erase your logo and your contact information, and you're gonna see if you can tell a difference between the two. And if you can't tell them apart, the brides can't tell them apart. So you need to think about that. How can you set yourself apart from your competition? Now, I know that it's hard in this online world to keep up with a lot of the things that are going on, but there's one tool that I personally love, and it's called Google Alerts. Google Alerts will take you 2 minutes to set up. You set up an account, you put in keywords that you want to be notified about, you set the preferences of how often you want to be notified, and what happens magically in your email box, you get a report that says when somebody has posted something about you. When put in some